Can you legally use copyrighted music, games, and movies on YouTube? This has to be the most common question we get regularly. We also get questions about how to get permissions to use other copyrighted material, public domain material, Creative Commons videos, and a bunch of other questions about Creative Commons licenses. In this video today, we're going to cover all of that as best we can. Before we get started, be sure to smash that subscribe button and then hit the bell icon, because we're coming out with lots of awesome, valuable tips, tricks, and advice that you won't want to miss. Now, when it comes to copyrighted material, there are only two ways to use copyrighted material. The number one way to avoid copyright infringement or copyright law issues is to ask for and receive written permission with a digital signature on the company's letterhead. It's better if they send it by snail mail, and you can also ask them to post something in their terms of service of their website indicating the particular piece of film or music is fine to use pieces or whole works of. If they agree to do this, you really should ask for it in writing. If they want to know why they should post it on their website, let them know that enthusiasts would come and bring more traffic to their site knowing that there's some content available, plus that it would help reduce the amount of requests they get in the future. So first, you've got to find their contact information, and specifically it's best to direct such requests to their legal department if you can find it. Otherwise, hit the front-end contact and ask them who you can speak with regarding getting permission, and if so, what would be the cost, if any. Now, you need to be realistic in these requests. After all, you are asking people to let you use their property. Now, they may say no, or they may ask for money, but either way, you'll never find out if you don't ask. In the case of the video game developers, some of them have terms on their websites that specifically mention giving permission for you to use their copyrighted material. Some allow monetizing those videos, and some don't. Read the fine print. Now, some media companies actually sell these license rights. So, if you have a project with a budget and the movie clip you want to use is owned by, say, Universal Studios, you can go to universalclips.com and search for the movie and get an estimate of the costs. Now, if this isn't possible to do, or if you can't wait, you might want to try and replace the material with public domain material or Creative Commons material, and I'll cover that next. First, let's deal with public domain. If the material was produced in the USA, the following applies. If it wasn't, check with your country's laws. Works are in the public domain if they're not covered by intellectual property rights, such as copyright, at all, or if the intellectual property rights to the work has expired. Every work first published before 1923 has been in the American public domain since 1998. Since January 1st, 2019, works from 1923 have also lost their copyright protection. After that, literature, movies, and other works released 96 years ago will enter the public domain every January 1st until 2073. From 2073, works by creators who died 7 decades earlier will expire each year. There are lots of sources to search for public domain. I'll list a few, but you can easily do a Google search for how to find public domain videos, or images, or sound, and you'll quickly find more than you need. Some good sources for public domain are the National Park Service B-Roll Archive, the Prelinger Archive, the Vimeo Public Domain Channel, and vidveo.net. Other than that, just search Google, as I said. Now, if all those options don't work for you, there's one more option that we can talk about, and that is Creative Commons. So let's get started. Now, I'm over here at vimeo.com, and I'm going to show you how to search for these videos that you're totally allowed to use for your own commercial projects. So first thing you want to do is go up to search Vimeo, and let's say we search for dogs. Click search, and then we get a bunch of dog videos. There's 152,000 of them. Now we're going to go over here on the left, and we're going to click more filters. And when we go down, we see these licenses. Now there's something called Creative Commons licensing, and there's several different types of Creative Commons licensing that you see here. CC by NC, ND, BY, BYNC, etc. Okay? If we click more, we'll see some more here. So let me quickly explain what these licenses are. But before I do, please, I'm not an attorney. I don't represent any kind of attorneys. This is not legal advice. I advise that you speak with an attorney. You'd be surprised how many attorneys in every city. There's dozens of lawyers that'll give you 30 to 60 minutes of free consultation, okay? So just take a copy of the Vimeo link if you're unsure and bring it to an attorney, get that free consultation, and find out if you can use it commercially. But this is fairly reliable. People use it all the time, and when people post these videos, they actually specify the license that they want to post their works under. So let's take a look at what each of these licenses mean. Now, before we get started, I'm going to quickly tell you that anything that has an NC in it is not something you want to use, because that means non-commercial. You can use it in your personal projects, but if you're trying to make money or drive traffic or do leads, you can't use these non-commercial use Creative Commons licenses. And this is something I really like about Vimeo as opposed to other platforms, because they specify the various types of Creative Commons licenses that you can search for, which means you know what you're getting and you know exactly what the license allows. So if we go and we search for Creative Commons BY, we go over here and we find the Creative Commons website that defines all of these licenses. And it says right here, you're free to share, copy, and redistribute the material in any medium or format, and you can adapt it, which means you can remix it, transform it, combine different Creative Commons licensed videos together, and build upon the material for any purpose, and here's the important part, even commercially. Now if we scroll down a little bit, we see that it's under the following terms. Attribution is a big one, okay? You must give appropriate credit and provide a link to this license, to this Creative Commons license, and indicate if you made any modifications to the video. And you have to do that in a reasonable manner, okay? But you can't do it in any way that suggests that the person who made the video endorses you or your use of their video. And that's it. Now let's look at Creative by ND. This is a license that means you can totally use the video, but you can't modify it, okay? So you can copy and redistribute it in any medium or format for any purpose, even commercially, okay? But you can't create a derivative of it. So you can't remix, transform, or build upon it. And if you do, you can't redistribute the modified material. Okay, so the next one is this Creative Commons by SA. And what that is, that's a share alike, okay? So you can adapt it, you can mix it, transform it, build upon it, add your own stuff. You can use it commercially, and you can redistribute it. You have to, of course, provide the attribution, but if you remix it, transform it, or build upon the material, you've got to distribute your contributions and your new video under the same license as the original. In other words, you're going to give other people who are watching your video that you've modified with the right to also use your new creation under the same license. And the last one is CC0. Now this one's really cool, okay? What this is no copyright. So basically, this is how you find videos on Vimeo that are in the public domain. That means that you can use it however you want, you can modify it, you can use it for commercial use, and you don't have to give an attribution to the original creator. If you go back to Vimeo and you click one of these filters, let's do just the Creative Commons Attribution BY. It goes back to the top, and now we find that there's 3,883 results for dogs. So all of these videos I can use, I can modify them, I can do whatever I want with them, as long as I give an attribution to the original content creator. And the kicker is I can use them commercially, and so can you. Now if we go to CC by SA, which is the share alike, we see there's 799 results. And again, I can modify these, I can use them commercially, but I have to provide the same license for my modified version, and you do too, so that other people can use that new version. And if we go CC by ND, these are 939 videos that I can use, but I can't modify them, okay? And you can't either. And then we go to CC0, which is public domain videos. You can do anything with them. You can use them commercially. You can modify them. You can use them as is, but you don't have to provide an attribution to the original creator because they're public domain. And there's 117 for dogs. So to recap, it's real simple to do this on Vimeo. Go up to search, search your niche,
with your niche keywords, click the arrow, click More Filters, scroll down to the license, click More again, and now you can pick CC BY ND, which means you can't modify them, CC BY SA, which means you have to also provide the same license for your derivative work, and CC0, which is the public domain videos that you can use without any attribution. All the other ones you have to make attributions. Again, I'm not an attorney. This is not legal advice. This is what Vimeo provides for licensing searching. So if you want to be absolutely sure, if you got a big thing going, make sure you consult an attorney. This is Nick Lapola with Eyeball Glue and ConversionFreaks.com signing off. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, then click the bell icon so that you never miss the awesome tips and tricks that we'll be sharing. And please, if you liked this video, click the thumbs up button now. Thanks.